guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, welcome if it's your first time here. Today's video is going to be about 10 preps from your local hardware store. Now, a fun fact is that some of you probably don't know, or most of you probably don't know, is that I used to work at a hardware store. I worked at a hardware store probably about 14 or 15 years ago, and it's actually one of my favorite jobs that I've ever had because, you know, I like the whole concept of working with home improvement type things, and I really enjoyed the job, but unfortunately, things got cut back at that time, and I got laid off. But it's still one of my favorite jobs that I've ever had. It was a locally owned hardware store, and you could actually bring firearms into the store to show and tell and things like that, you know, to talk about guns and stuff, because I even trade on those and sell those sometimes, because the owners of the hardware store were, and still are as far as I know, pro-gun. But anyways, guys, let's get to the topic of today's video, and that is 10 preps to pick up at your local hardware store. The first one is duct tape. Now, duct tape has all kinds of different uses, you know, repairs, auto repairs, even things like sealing a wound up or something like that in the case of emergency, stop that bleeding. Duct tape has, like I said, a multitude of uses, and I suggest you get at least 5 rolls of duct tape. Now, the trouble with duct tape is that it has an indefinite storage life if it isn't stored in a hot situation, a hot climate. If you put that in your trunk of your car, and then those temperatures rise up during the summer months, and that tape will actually kind of melt together and just make a big mess, and it makes it harder to use, and it really messes the rolls up. So keep that in a, you know, a cool, dry place, and it should have pretty much indefinite shelf life. I suggest you pick up at least 5 rolls of duct tape at your local hardware store. And guys, our next item on this list is 6 mil plastic. It comes in these rolls. It's about, the last one I bought was, I think, $65 a roll. It's thick, heavy duty plastic. Again, a multitude of uses. You can use that to repair your roof in case your roof starts leaking. It's not a permanent repair, of course, but it can be a temporary repair. Your chicken coop, workshop, whatever. It can be used to stop those leaks. You can use that as a ground cover to kill off weeds and grass. You could use that as a body bag, you know, something, God forbid, happened like that, and you had to secure a body. You can lay it out, roll it up into that 6 mil plastic, and use that duct tape to duct tape that up. Hopefully that never happens, but it's a possibility. 6 mil plastic has multiple uses, just like, you know, duct tape. And guys, next on this list is contractor bags. Not the trash bags that you get for your home trash can, but the contractor bags like that they use to, you know, put leaves and things like that in, and to gather up heavy duty type garbage and trash to put in those bags of contractor bags, those lawn bags. Get the thickest one you can get and put in about 5, put back about 5 boxes of those. Again, multiple uses, and you don't know you need it until you need it and don't have it. Multiple uses, and also make a great barter item if something happened and those words have been produced, or those couldn't be found for whatever reason. Great barter item with a multitude of different uses. You can make a rain poncho out of that. Just cut a hole in the top and drape it over your body to make a rain poncho. You can use that for shelter. You can use that for to fix repairs and roofs and things like that. All kinds of different uses, and of course, to put trash in. You'll need bags to put trash in, human waste and trash. So get about at least 5 boxes of those heavy duty contractor bags. And guys, next on this list is work gloves. I've talked about this in other videos, but you need to protect your hands. You don't want to get your hands cut. You don't want to get blisters that could become infected and cause issues, especially in a worst case situation where you couldn't get those antibiotics to help with that infection, help cure that infection. So stock up on some work gloves. You can get these 1 pair at a time. I mean, you can go as high as $25 a pair, even higher. You can also get these in bulk packages for, I think there's like 10 in a pack for like $12. They're a little thinner, but you get more gloves, and either way you want to go is fine, but just put back a good supply of work gloves for every member of your group. I would suggest at least 4 good power of work gloves for each member of your group, and your group or your family. And guys, next on this list is Gorilla Glue. Again, You're always needing to fix things, repair things, glue things, and you don't know you need it until you need it and don't have it. So stock up on several bottles, maybe 3 or 4 bottles of Gorilla Glue, put that back, and you want to use that as needed and replace that just like you do with your food storage. And guys, next on this list is zip ties. You can get these in little small zip ties, larger ones, or even real about 3 or 4 foot long zip ties I've seen. I have about 6 of them that is about 3 foot long actually. But the majority of what you'll need is like the medium size zip ties, about that long. I'm not sure exactly the length, but they're about 8 inches long, 10, 8 inches long, something like that. You can mix these up. Again, good for repairing things, holding things, stitching things together. Extra survival item. You can also put those in, if you're planning on the bug out type thing. We talked about in this video before. It's not really recommended, but if that's your plan, these zip ties can be used for multiple uses out in the field also. But put back, several hundred zip ties. They're not expensive. You can get these really cheaply. Go to the hardware store, spend 20 bucks on zip ties, and you're good to go. Indefinite shelf life, and again, an item with multiple usages. And guys, next on this list is caulking. Put back about 5 tubes of caulking and a good caulking gun. Again, multitude of uses and repairs around your home, homestead, even in your vehicles in certain situations. All kinds of different uses, but don't go overboard with the caulking. 5 to 10 tubes of caulking. Again, you want to use this on a first in, first out basis. If you need to caulk something, go ahead and get into your storage, use that and replace that. We always have a fresh supply, because sometimes after a long time period, it can actually harden up and get harder to use and not be as effective if it is used. So again, replace that on a first in, first out basis, but it's not going to be expensive. 5 tubes of caulking isn't going to break the bank. Most people can afford that, and it's a good item to have on hand to do those unforeseen repairs. And guys, next on this list is spray paint. Green, brown, and tan spray paint. And you're probably thinking, why would I want to put back green, brown, and tan spray paint? Simple. To use for camouflaging things. You never know when you want to hide something and you want to spray paint that to help camouflage that item. And if you have paint, good quality paint in the right colors, you can do that really quickly and effectively. Again, you don't want to go overboard with the paint, but I would put back 3 cans of each: dark green, brown, tan colors of spray paint, and put about 3 cans back of each one of those colors, and you should be good to go. And again, if you need the paint, go ahead and use it and replace it with new. Well, you always have new cans that are good to go if you should need to use those cans. And guys, next on this list is hacksaw blades. Anytime you use a hacksaw to cut metal, which is a common thing that you do in a homestead and in a survival type situation, you're going to be cutting things, repairing things, fixing things, improvising things. You're going to need to be cutting metal pipe, metal tubing, things like that. Unfortunately, hacksaw blades are bad to bend, they're bad to break, they're bad to warp, and they're bad to get dull pretty quickly. So put back 25 or 30 good quality hacksaw blades, and also good quality hacksaw if you don't have one. You might put back a couple of those and put back 25, 30 good quality hacksaw blades. And guys, next on this list is a 25-pound bucket of nails. This will cost you about $55 depending on the size of the nails. But again, nails have multiple uses. You can, of course, nail boards together, nail lumber together. You can use those nails to repair things and build things. You can also use those same nails to make, improvised traps and things like that. But a 25-pound bucket of nails should be enough for most people to last through any type of disaster. Actually, 25-pound bucket of nails is a lot of nails. I've not counted the nails in one of those buckets. It might even say on the bucket, I haven't paid any attention to that. But a 25-pound bucket of nails is a good sized bucket of nails. Of course, you could get a couple of different sizes and have 50-pound of nails, one size and a different size, because different size nails, different lengths and things might be needed for different situations. You could you know, scrounge for nails, forge for nails and things in old buildings and stuff. But it's going to be a lot more work, a lot more time consuming to find those, you know, extract those out of the lumber with the crowbar, straighten those things out, and use those things. And it's a lot quicker, easier, and more efficient to just go ahead and buy a 25-pound bucket of nails. Anyway, guys, if you found the video useful, then please give it a thumbs up. So we'll go right over here and watch this next video. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'm Creekmore. I'm out of here. And I'll see you guys next video, hopefully.